What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Club Rival podcast. On this episode, we've got a couple of things to talk about. We've got the weekend roundup of the Super Sunday game, Arsenal and Chelsea. Also, Liverpool top of the league, 5 points clear of Man City. City losing as well. Got quite a few things to talk about. And breaking news came out today. David Koo has been suspended as a referee in the Premier League due to the video that's been leaked out. So we've got quite a few things to go through today. We're going to start off with the biggest game of the week. We had the Chelsea and Arsenal at Stamford Bridge, 1-1. Martinelli scored first, and also Neto scored a great goal from outside the box. What we think about that game, Arsenal are dropping further and further behind in the running for the league right now. At this moment in time, they're 9 points behind, sitting behind Chelsea, in fact. Is the title still on? Is it over? Is it time for Arsenal to start focusing on the top four hopes right now instead of actually going for the title? We'll have to see. I don't know. It's Arsenal they actually played well. They played a lot better, and it's just one of them things where it just wasn't enough. They should be expecting now, because it's becoming at this point every game's a must win. It isn't a bad result to draw at Stamford Bridge, but because of the quite a few of the fuck ups they've had recently, now it's just becoming a point of every game's a must-win. Now they're at 9 points behind Liverpool, who's sitting at top. I don't know whether they've got any chance anymore. Is Arteta taking them as far as they can in regards to the run-ins of the past 2 years? Is that it? Can't he take it any further for them? It's becoming that way right now. It's becoming difficult week in, week out for them. You know what, they say they've had a lot of injuries and it's been an injury crisis. Barely, really. The main injury they had was Odegaard, and then they've had a couple of niggles here and there, but it's not been some sort of crisis. I'd say Man City's had it worse over the years. Chelsea's had worse. Liverpool's had quite a few last year and year before, so it's not a crisis. They need to handle these sort of scenarios. They've had Odegaard out, didn't replace him, wasn't putting another creative midfielder, wasn't testing out the Neweri, if that's how you say it right. So they was lacking a lot of ideas. But Odegaard started this game. First game back, you could already see the difference he made. He got an assist. He assisted Martinelli's goal. He didn't look great in the game. He looked a bit tired, but to say he's been out for so long, he played a full 90 minutes. I don't expect him to have the best game, but he still got out the game with an assist. It was a good game. Neto, I think, in terms of his was a great goal. With I think the tactical switch of moving him to the right actually helped him cutting in his left and shooting. He had Ben White on ropes all game really. He had a couple of good moments. He whipped in a great cross. Gusto. Point blank missed from an open net at that point because Ray was on the other side of the net. So it's just the game was a draw. It was, I wouldn't say anybody deserved it more than each other. It was actually quite of a draw that was deserved both ways. Arsenal didn't do enough to win yet, but right at the end of the game, Arsenal had a massive chance. Saliba crossing it in and Trossard just taking the ball away from a winner. Away from Havertz, who could have scored at Stamford Bridge. It looked like he was wanting that as well, but it just didn't happen. But then to counter that, Saliba looked offside, so I don't know if that goal would have counted anyways. The game was a bit of a scrappy game. It was a bit of more of a midfield battle. No one took hold of the game. No one controlled it. It was just more of a. That's why Caicedo had such a good performance. Man of the match. He broke down so much in midfield, but it was more of that. Both sides. It was quite scrappy on that side. So nobody took control of the game. Nobody really could come away from that. Said they ran the game themselves. Nobody had most of the chances. It was quite fair both ways. Arsenal had a few. Chelsea had a few. Talking points, main players, Palmer and Saka are both quiet in the game. Saka was completely countered out of the game by Cucurella. He literally had a fantastic game against him. Gave him not even a sniff. He had 0 shots on target. I think he created one chance from a cross, I think that was. But other than that, Saka had nothing, and same as Palmer. I wouldn't say he was quiet. He had moments in the game which showed his brilliance and his movement, his touch, but he never with Palmer, it looked like he was marked out of the game by Partey. Looked like he had a job by Arteta to man mark him. He followed him all around the pitch. You could see that Palmer constantly tried to get the ball in between them, between the lines, between the defence and the midfield. So he kept dropping into those moments. But then it got to a point he had to drift at certain positions where he was ineffective in the game. Every time he got the ball, he weren't in the scenario to actually cause an effect. Palmer's a great player. I think Palmer's a fantastic player, and maybe putting him back on the right where he was most effective, so he's got more of the balls. He's in his attacks is more effective. I think that would have been a better place for him. But in that number 10 role wasn't working for him, especially in these big games where tactically you just get outmarked in the game and you get focused on a lot more. So maybe putting him on the right, where he was actually having his best performances last year, that might be a better option for him, especially in big games like this. It could have been a good decision to put him on the right. But with the decision that the manager made, Maresca putting Neto on the right actually worked out in the second half. So because Madueke didn't do nothing that game, I'm not gonna lie, it's not been a good performance from him in the past couple of games. He started off the season quite well, and then he also starts the games pretty well. This one against Arsenal, he didn't do nothing the whole game, but he usually starts there 15-20 minutes. He has good moments, and then after that, he just goes really quiet for him. So I don't think he's a great player. I think he has moments, but his ceiling is not quite low, to be fair. So I don't see it. I think they've got a lot of wingers anyway, so they could rotate between them with Chelsea. So it's not much of an issue with that. But the biggest problem Chelsea do have is with Robert Sanchez, in that you could always see he actually did make some good saves, especially the one from Trossard, which ended up being offside, but it was a good save. But the one for the goal, Martinelli took a touch, he had time. I think he didn't close him down fast enough, really. I don't think he closed the angle down. You shouldn't be getting beat on the near post. You shouldn't be getting beat, especially at this level, near post. You should always have that covered, and he just flapped at it. He just basically showed him the near post. But we'll have to see. Arsenal, I don't think, are in the title race. I don't think Chelsea are either. They are both in the top 4 chase right now, so they just have to. Arsenal fans have just got to accept it. You're out of the title race, and stop. I don't know what to stop basically living off false hope, really. I'd go with that. Second, so Liverpool are top of the title right now. So Liverpool are top of the title, 5 points clear of Man City, and also 9 ahead of Arsenal. What I'd say with Liverpool, the way that game panned out, played against Aston Villa, 1-2-0. It looked pretty comfortable, the result. Yes, Aston Villa got a few chances here and there, but overall the performance, Liverpool are doing fantastic this season. They're doing absolutely brilliant. So it's one of them performances where on paper it should have been a hard game. Everyone expected it. If we were going to drop, it could have been this one, especially after other results elsewhere. But Liverpool played outstanding. I think Liverpool, one thing I like about what they do, they still have both aspects of their game, whether it's to control the game and slow build up and play for more for control, but then in moments where they need to counter attack and break fast, they've got that muscle memory from Klopp to just from corners to just attack and run. And that ball from Van Dijk for Mo Salah when he went in 1-on-1 got taken down, which could have been a red card. We'll go back onto that, which could have been a red card. But on top of that, Nunes just came in, sweeped up and just got the finish. And then Mo Salah at the end, just when things got a bit nervy for us, just to kill the game. And it shows the performance of such a high-class player, high-caliber player in Mo Salah. To be going in 1-on-1, slow the game down right at the moment where it's... So he didn't rush it. He showed his body as if he was going to pass it. So the defender left him to go mark the other players. And then Mo Salah 1-on-1 with the keeper just dinked it over him. What a class player he is. Mo Salah's got 10 goals, 10 assists so far this season, 17 games. He's absolutely flying this season. And if he continues this form right to the end of the season, he's on a shout for the Ballon d'Or this year, because the disrespect Mo Salah gets in the Ballon d'Or list to not even make it to the top 30 is absolutely ridiculous. But right now, he's in the form of his life. He's on the last year of his contract with Liverpool. He's just giving it his all. And what a way to send him off with, possibly. If he could, like I said, we're top of the Premier League, we're top of the Champions League. Who knows what we could win this season? And who knows what accolades he could get off the back of that with Ballon d'Or, hopefully. Depending on how his season runs out. Also, with the Liverpool, we've got to mention the defensive partnership. Van Dijk and Konate, in my opinion, are the best centre-back partnership in the world right now. There was all this talk of Gabriel and Saliba, but in this moment in time, there's no one better than Van Dijk and Konate. Konate just doing all the dog work, winning duels on the ground, battling it out. He loves the one-on-one. He loves to just give you the ball, say, you know what, come, let's have it out one-on-one. And he always ends up bullying the player, getting the ball and carrying the ball and passing to whether it's Trent. But it's that whole ground duel. He loves the tackle. He loves to get involved. And Van Dijk just, there's nothing much more we could say about Van Dijk. Best defender in the world, and wins everything in the air. So calm and collected. It's them two together just complement each other, and it's just been great to watch. And then in front of them with Gravenberch having he's in the form of his life, tackling all over the pitch, carrying the ball carrying. He's doing it all. Just that's why I think Liverpool can carry on this season, and I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Liverpool are winning the league this year. I'm putting my life on the line with this one because we've seen City come back and have long runs and stuff, but I don't see it this year. I see Liverpool going all the way, and I don't see any weaknesses in this team to drop massively. Because at the moment, in the situation we're in at the moment, we have to collapse for us not to win this league. You got to remember Slot's first season in the league. And he's already implemented what we got to at this point. He's only going to get better. The players are only going to learn his system even more. So there's a lot more to come from Slot's team. And just with Slot, the way he analyzes games, tactical changes he makes. At the end of the game, what I loved about him is the whole topic of we're praising Mo Salah, praising Nunes about the whole attacking performances they had. And he still wanted to come out and praise Luis Diaz for tracking back on a counter, on an attack they had to keep the clean sheet. It's just his attention to detail when it comes to these moments. That's what makes him so good right now. And I really believe he literally wants everything. He seems as if he's a perfectionist and wants everything to run smooth. And so far, it's showing in the performances we've had. 17 games so far this season, 15 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. What form are we in at the moment? And then when you look elsewhere, nobody's catching this form. So we've got such a long way to go, but I think we're gonna go all the way. I think Liverpool are going this year. Big topic today in the Premier League. Referee David Coates' video just been leaked. And it's good to talk about it straight after the Liverpool game because the topic was about him and his feelings on Liverpool. The foul language he used on Jurgen Klopp as well. He called him arrogant. He spoke about the Scouts. He spoke about Liverpool being shit. It was for Premier League. This for Premier League referees to be so unprofessional. I understand he recorded it in a scenario probably with his friends, and whoever leaked that, like, he done him dirty. I'm not gonna lie, but whoever leaked that done a dirty one on him. It was recorded back in COVID time, so it was a few years ago. But now it just comes into the point of all the refereeing decisions he's had against Liverpool over the years. Looking at the refereeing decisions he's had, he was the one that didn't give a penalty to Liverpool against Arsenal when Odegaard handballed it. Also the Rodri handball, I think he was VAR at that time. Van Dijk getting taken out by Pickford. There's numerous occasions. Now you're looking at thinking David Coates was the same manager on all these ones, and if he's got this sort of opinion on Liverpool, was there corruption? Should he have been managing these sort of games at Liverpool? Even on Saturday against Aston Villa, it was David Coates that was the referee. When Mo Salah was running in one-on-one, got taken out, last man, you see him waving away that like as if it wasn't a red card. So then if Nunes didn't score that, would that not have been a red card? Corruption constantly. The problem is with this sort of topic is with referees, we're led to believe that they're always professional. We're led to believe because every time, as fans, we know, we always say, like, for example, look at a referee who's constantly making decisions against you. You're saying there's got to be something going on there. There's got to be some sort of bias. There's got to be some sort of corruption. And all they keep saying is no referees, there is no corruption. There is no bias. They're always professional. Now we see this. It just flips it all on its head because now other fans are looking at certain sort of referees and thinking, wait, has these topics been happening against, has these sort of scenarios been happening against us? Has these scenarios where referees could have been biased and not giving certain decisions against us? Liverpool have every right to feel hard done by in this situation. But yeah, he's been suspended. The video broke today. Instantly, PGMOL suspended him due for further investigation. What made it funny is he came out and said, that wasn't me, that was AI. Tried to use that sort of excuse, saying, the face swap or whatever, saying it was AI. It wasn't him doing it. PGMOL said, no problem, we're going to investigate it. We've got people to look and find these sort of things out. Moments later, he came out and said, all right, it was me. He owned up because I don't remember it. He doesn't remember doing it. It was such a long time ago. He actually said he doesn't recall saying that. But my thing is, what's going to happen now moving forward? Because the thing is, with these referees, we always hear it. Oh, this referee's a Rotherham United fan, or this referee's a Tranmere United fan. So they've always used clubs that they're not obviously going to be refereeing against. But now it comes to think is, what if they are actually, say, Arsenal fans? What if they are Man United fans? What if they are Man City fans? And they just used the fact of saying they're fans of other clubs that they're not refereeing against, obviously because they're in smaller leagues, just to give them the advantage, and then having the biased decisions in games. So now it's just flipped it all on its head. So we don't know how this investigation is going to go. As of this moment, he has been suspended, and there is further investigation. This is all new today, so we don't know how further this is going to go. There's a lot more to come out on this story, but as of this moment, he is suspended, and it is true that he has said these things. Thank you very much for tuning into this episode. If you enjoyed the content, if you enjoyed the video, please leave us a comment, and also leave us a comment in what other topics you want me to talk about in the near future. Please like the channel, subscribe, and also click on that notification bell. It'll update you next time we post.